Hello my friends, my name is Jeremy. I want to welcome you to this presentation. Now, nothing in all of my years of business could have prepared me for what I'm going to share with you right now. What I'm going to share is nothing short of a phenomena. Now, the definition of a phenomena is the following: an unusual, significant, and remarkable occurrence. But what you're going to discover in the next few minutes is a remarkable occurrence that borders on the monumental. Well, you may ask why. Well, because it's something that has never happened before. It is the transformation and integration of not one, but three massive industries. The first one would be the mobile phone industry. The second is the advertising industry. And the third is the mobile app industry. So let's start off by talking about the massive mobile phone industry. But I want to put everything in a global context first and foremost. I want you to have a global perspective of how it compares to all the other things in our lives. So we are 6.9 billion people on the planet, and here's what we call ours. We have 1 billion automobiles registered and in use, 1.1 billion fixed landline phones, 1.2 billion personal computers, and that's including desktops, laptops, and tablets, 1.6 billion television sets, 1.7 billion credit card users, 2.1 billion internet users, 2.2 billion people with bank accounts, and most people are somewhat surprised to hear that there are still 3.9 billion radio receivers in use around the world. Mobile phones literally dwarfs them all. There are currently 6.58 billion active subscribers. That is 5.5 times more mobile phones than computers, 4 times more mobile phones than all televisions worldwide, 4 times more mobile phones than people with credit cards. Mobile is massive. It is so massive that it passed $1 trillion a year back in 2010 and is now approaching $2 trillion a year. Okay? So now let's move on to the second industry, which is another monster, and that would be the advertising industry. Now, advertising started in the old days on the radio, then it shifted to TV for years, and all the eyeballs were glued to the tube. Then it exploded on the internet, and all the eyeballs followed. But now the majority of us spend most of our time using our mobile phones for the internet right in the palm of our hands. Therefore, it's a fact that $1.7 trillion advertising industry is rocketing directly towards the nearly $2 trillion mobile phone industry. Why? Simple answer. Because the average person looks at their mobile phone 150 times a day, and that's where all the eyeballs are today. These are two colossal industries on a collision course, and nothing is going to stop this explosion from happening. Okay, now let's wrap up the third part of this trifecta, which is the mobile app industry. This is the key, folks, the bridge and the gateway that connects these two giants, the mobile phone and the advertising industries. Okay, mobile apps are kind of a tiny industry by comparison, but it's quite incredible in virtue of its infancy. Mobile apps only began in 2010 when Apple started the craze by introducing iPhone apps, but that was only the beginning of the explosion. We measure the growth of the app industry not by subscribers, but by downloads. In 2010, even Apple was shocked when 10 billion apps were downloaded in the first year, and 2 years later in 2012, 30 billion apps were downloaded. And some experts were wondering if it actually had peaked at this time, but it had not. Last year in 2013, it reached 73 billion downloads, and this year it will reach over 119 billion downloads per year. And in about 18 months, or 2016, now get ready for this, almost 300 billion apps will be downloaded. That's 800 million apps per day, or more than 500,000 per second. It's incredible. So it's going to grow from 10 billion downloads 4 years ago to 300 billion downloads in just the next year and a half. That is 30 times growth. It's absolutely insane. It's just massive. Folks, you don't have to be a CEO to understand those numbers. So where do you and I fit into this grand design? Well, let's start off by asking you a couple of simple questions. Would you say that it's fair that any and all small businesses or any business would like to generate more sales from their existing customers and acquire new customers in order to generate more revenue? Of course they would. More sales equals more profit, right? Well, the question becomes, how do business owners generate more sales and get new customers? Well, they simply just need to advertise more, plain and simple. But the challenge is this: the majority of businesses simply can't afford to advertise more. It's just not in their budget, right? Okay, so we pretty much define the desires and the challenges for the majority of business owners in today's global economy. They want to generate more sales from their existing customers. They want to acquire new customers, and they basically cannot afford to advertise more, right? Well, all right, so let's move on to the next part of the storyline. Do you believe the majority of consumers around the world are interested in saving as much money as they possibly can? And the answer to this is an obvious yes. Well, how do we know this to be true? Well, let's take a look at the exploding coupon savings programs that have popped up over the last several years and happen to be helping lots of people save lots and lots of their hard-earned money. Okay? Companies like Living Social, Groupon, 50 million users, Foursquare, 50 million users, and Retail Me Not. As you can see for yourself, people love to save money. Okay, so a quick and final recap. All businesses want to do more sales with their existing customers. They want new customers. They basically cannot afford to advertise more. And the bottom line is people love saving money, period. Okay? Well, remember, we know that the eyeballs around the world today are looking at their mobile phones 150 times a day, right? Okay, get ready because I'm going to tie this all together for you right now. We are bizbiz.mobi, okay, .mobi, and over the last 2 years, we've developed the first advertising, communication, and proximity mobile app of its kind anywhere in the world. Welcome to UBiz, the mobile app that provides solutions for consumers and those small, medium, and larger businesses that are owned by our family and friends, and that happen to represent 90% of the global economy. UBiz becomes the gateway for 90% of commerce worldwide and will grow virally with tens of millions of free members worldwide. How is this possible? Because it does three great things just to start off with. Number one, it helps people save money. Like those other apps that we mentioned before, Groupon, Living Social, okay? Those apps like that, Retail Me Not, okay? But what makes UBiz really unique are the next two features. It empowers your favorite merchants to communicate with you wherever you are in the world. For example, here's what happens when anyone that has the UBiz app travels within a 10-kilometer or 6.5 miles radius of the merchant. They will get pinged right on their smartphone, as you can see, that's the app, with discounts, specials, offers, or promos, photos, or whatever the merchant is advertising at the moment. So for example, this allows the merchant to target a whole new group of customers in their area. No one offers this kind of functionality anywhere. For example, look at this, Boston's Pizza running a 2-for-1 special from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. So here's the shop, they come up here, here's the people walking in the city, and they get pinged on their smartphone to come in for the 2-for-1 special, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they can do this 24/7 all day long, all year long. And also number three, using the highly sophisticated geo-targeting proximity technology, it creates brand new customers for the merchants by connecting them with all the free UBiz members traveling in their area. Now, as you can see, UBiz offers many more features for the consumer and the merchants. It's a free download, GPS proximity technology. All members have discounts to the benefits and events near them in real time. It allows them to share information, make recommendations, invite their friends to share the collective experience live. It's permanent visibility, proximity and geographical coverage, advertise in real time, okay? Optimization, scheduling, and so much more. You can load up context, create groups, promotional stuff, targeting marketing. You can do target marketing. You can separate different groups for specific interests. Immediate results, guys. It's amazing. It's like an app like nothing else out there today in the world. That's why we're so excited. What does this state-of-the-art application cost the merchant who would otherwise need to have a 6-figure advertising budget? $30. Not per day, not per week, and not even per month. $30 per year, as in 8 cents a day, which happens to make UBiz the most effective form of advertising in the history of the $1.7 trillion advertising industry, again, for only 8 pennies a day. Folks, When you have a service that millions and millions of people worldwide will demand and use every day, then you have positioned yourself in the right place at the perfect time to take advantage of that trillion-dollar shift of wealth. Don't miss out on this next huge paradigm, the blending of these mega industries, mobile phones, advertising, and mobile apps. It's absolutely incredible. Now, I believe it's important for you to understand that we are in the absolute beginning stage of something very special here, which leads us to a critical point for you. Timing and positioning is critical. Timing and positioning has played a major part in many successful people's lives, including the lives of many millionaires and even billionaires. Hopefully you recognize this is a very huge play for you, as we are in our pre-launch phase, which is the timeline before we officially go live and launch bizbiz.mobi into 123 countries around the world in December of 2014. Yes, that's into 123 countries. And the best part is, you have the rare and unique opportunity to be one of the first members to join and secure your financial position in bizbiz.mobi's corporate structure. Now, I strongly encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to this webinar presentation and find out exactly how simple it is to lock down your position right now. Discover the lucrative compensation plan available through our dual team structure, the mega matching bonuses, the super BizBiz Center bonus, and our global revenue sharing bonus pools. We're talking about 7 generous ways to earn income, friends. It's simply the best available anywhere in the market today. And last, get your bizbiz.mobi business off to a fast start by going to www.mobiappglobal.com. I want to thank you for taking your time to watch this presentation, and we look forward to helping you take your business all around the world. Welcome to our amazing team of global entrepreneurs. bizbiz.mobi. We're global, we are mobile, and we're going viral.